Thursday night here in Las Vegas, 7 o'clock. You know what time it is. It's time to unwrap Las Vegas. That means it's time for Vegas Unwrapped right here on the brand new VegasAllNetRadio.com. And without any further ado, it's time to bring him on. Your host of the show, Mr. Aaron Phillips, the Cash Man, Ricky Cash, John J. Peg Styles, yours truly, the Bobcat here. And all I can say is, good evening, guys.
Thank you, Bobcat. Welcome, everybody, to Vegas Unwrapped.
We're in trouble.
Why is that?
We're out of coffee.
We're out of coffee.
Yeah, so Bobcat ain't going to be the same tomorrow.
He sounded like Mad Dog, didn't he?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mad Dog, Christopher
Russo.
Mad Dog Russo.
Yeah, it sounded good, though.
Welcome to Vegas Unwrapped. This is the next to last September episode of Vegas Unwrapped. We appreciate you joining in with us and tuning in along the VegasAllNetRadio.com network. Of course, if you don't listen to us on your computer or anything, you can take us with you on your phone on the Vegas All Net Radio downloadable app. And you just search Vegas All Net Radio in your Play Store. Take us with you no matter where you go.
We actually proved that it worked today, right?
Yes, we did. Absolutely. I want to give a little disclaimer for tonight's show. I want to...
Why, Lauren's not coming on?
No, she's not. But I wanted to apologize for last week's episode.
So do we.
Where we had no guests scheduled except for the Trickle family on the phone in the second hour. But I assure you, we are scheduled guests here in the first hour. We have Joe Sutton and Traci Campbell from an organization called Beauty In and Beauty Out. They should be in here after the break. And they're in the hallway, actually. So
there you go.
That's good. So that's good. We'll get them settled here in studio. And then in the second hour, hey, we have a new show launching on October 5th.
We always have new shows launching.
We always have new shows launching. So we can, guys, come on and sit down, grab your seat, make yourself comfortable.
We're not going to let you speak yet, though.
No, we're not. But this way you get some time to get settled. Absolutely. Host of the Luminosity Wellness Radio program, which will be debuting on October... what did I say? 2nd. Whatever that first Thursday is. The first?
I wouldn't know. I'm going to be recuperating.
Yeah, you're going to be laid up in rehab. Anyway, hosts Jeff Renel, Christine Essex, and I think Josh Carpenter will all be here in studio talking about their new show and what the Luminosity Wellness Center is all about.
Have you been over there?
Yes, I have.
The place is awesome.
Yes, if you like holistic solutions to life.
How could you not like holistic things?
This is the place to be.
You name it, they've got it.
They got it. Yeah, absolutely. So I was very impressed with the facility, and more impressed that they want to take what they do to the airwaves, which is even better. So
wouldn't you rather have holistic than half-listic?
Here we go.
Who writes your material?
5 minutes. We're downhill already,
I would
man.
fire them immediately.
I hope we have some guests tonight so we can add some class back to the show.
I'm telling you, after last week, we can't get any worse.
You will miss me.
Oh, yeah, just wait.
You will miss me again.
Miss you?
When I'm gone for a month.
Like the plague.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to
the only thing that breaks my heart about that is I'm going to be gone for 1 week of that month.
I get the whole shot to myself.
I only
for a
get
week.
to miss you for 3 weeks.
Maybe your guys' substitutes are sitting right here. Your replacements as co-hosts of this show.
That would be cool.
While you guys are doing your thing.
Break my heart.
Because I've got
You certainly couldn't do any worse.
Listen.
No, talk about beauty.
You have a guy here that dresses with style.
Well, that's because he also worked or is working still for CNN. Are you still employed there?
Still there.
All right. So see CNN, okay? And then the lovely lady.
And that's not
right,
the Crazy News Network.
No, it's not the Crazy News
That's
Network.
Fox. Oh,
no.
Ooh, did I say that? Did I say
Send
that?
your emails to VegasUnwrappedRcash@gmail.com. And then Traci, who's sitting to my right, I was reading her bio before we went on the air. Tell you what, this is one strong cookie, both physically and mentally.
You did your homework.
I did my homework.
Watch out, she's within reach.
I know. Notice which way I'm leaning.
Is
Have you noticed which way I'm leaning away here?
I see you.
So I got my substitutes all ready for you guys. You go deal with your family. You go deal with rehab for 3.5 years, and we'll be fine. So anyway, but I do want to get on a serious note.
Make sure you let everybody know that that's physical rehab. He has not admitted to all of the drug abuse.
When he gets wheeled into the hospital, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
All right. Earl, I got to get on a serious note. Earlier today on Good Medicine,
please do,
with Holly Davis and Mark Hewitt, they had on a wonderful family.
And we all know this story being
local. We all know, but
here.
I'm going to quickly recap it.
Okay, cool.
2 Halloweens ago, Halloween 2013, a 6-year-old and her family, the 6-year-old name was Brazil Ward. She was involved. She got hit as their family was out trick-or-treating rather dramatically.
Wasn't that on that Blue Diamond in Durango? Was that the one?
I believe that was the one. Okay. That is correct. And she's now 8 years old, and Holly Davis and Mark had him on as a guest. And the mom, Tiffany Ward, wrote a book called From Tragedy to Testimony, A Family's Fight to Cope. So they were in, and I'll pass it down to you, John, so you can get a good shot of it.
I have the thing I'm going to put on the background.
Oh, you already have it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I got
good.
that. Yeah,
we can't do anything with that. That's been signed to Holly, so we have to save it. So, but they were on.
I wasn't going to steal it, Aaron.
Well, listen, I
was
know
going to
you.
open it up
And see that if it was not signed, you were going to try to pocket it, weren't you? Yeah, see?
Maybe.
I know.
Maybe.
It's an awesome story.
It is. She's doing great. She was here in studio with Mom and Dad, and she looked great. She's back in school. She's recovering. Mom wrote this book about dealing with the injury and coping with everything. Saturday, as a matter of fact, Holly sent me the message. Mom is doing a book signing down at the Boulevard Mall.
Right at the main entrance as you go in the door.
That's
right in the middle there.
11 o'clock with Tiffany Ward, the mom, and I'm sure the rest of the family is going to be there. The recovery story, if you were not touched by this story when it happened, and boy. The community, again, we go back to the community support.
Yep. It was amazing too because it was such a situation because that roadway has been a killing zone.
Absolutely.
For since I've been here 20 years.
Absolutely.
And we followed it, obviously, watched it on news every 3 or 4 months. They give an update. This girl's amazing to be able to come back from what she was. Her injuries were truly catastrophic.
Right. She was she's still in a chair for to help get around, and she had braces on her legs. But it's such an inspirational story to see how she has bounced back from all of that. How the family is still dealing with it, because it's going to be a long recovery if she ever gets back to 100%. But either way, it was great to see them and meet them in studio earlier today. And if you did miss the show, I encourage you to check out the archive. You can go to VegasAllNetRadio.com, click on the programs tab at the top left, scroll down to Thursday, where you'll see Holly's picture for Good Medicine. And on her show page, you can scroll down to your archives. Or check out the Vegas All Net Radio YouTube channel for the video of today's show. Once John is done editing it, it will be up in a couple of days, and you could check that out as well. So it was great to meet the Wards here. It was terrific to meet Brazil, and please go out and support the family. Buy a book, get it autographed, and give them your blessings in person.
One of the things that impressed me today during that show was, I know some pretty positive people, but I have never met a family with as much positive energy as they had. Mm-hmm. And when you watch the video, this little girl never stopped smiling.
Oh, no.
She's
Absolutely.
awesome. She's 8 years old, and I swear to God, what an inspiration.
Well, you know why she was smiling? Because
I was here?
Because they went out with T-shirts. Gave them some Vegas All Net Radio T-shirts.
No. She was smiling before you brought in the T-shirt.
I know she was.
But no, awesome family, just amazing. Just
Absolutely.
amazing.
Good stuff.
All right, on to some shout-outs, gentlemen.
Yes. Do I get to go first?
Yeah, we'll make you go first.
I'd like to give a shout-out. Actually, happy birthday to my mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
How about that?
How old is she?
She would have been 95 today.
95?
Yeah,
would have been.
She passed away in 06.
Wow. Well, happy birthday, Mom.
Is she sending you messages from beyond?
All the time.
Yeah. Ask Jamie.
I would because Jamie's always telling me about that.
I know.
I don't tell my
These people thought I was nuts when I just said that.
I don't tell my therapist, though.
No, don't.
Don't tell the therapist.
Because then they're going to lock you up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is tomorrow your exit interview, by the way?
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of a follow-up to make sure I haven't, climbed up on
it. We better get somebody to
have bail money ready, okay?
Just in case. Is this like a parole board thing? Do you need witnesses to say you still need help or something?
No. They pretty much got me figured out.
Oh, do you have yourself figured out?
No, I'm working on it.
I see. Gotcha.
That's why I'm here.
It's really simple. Here it is. This is John.
Yeah, exactly.
You.
Mr. Cash?
Well, I know Cammie's listening tonight. I spoke to her before the show, and she was always interested when she hears stuff like beauty in and out. I know I got it.
She's probably sitting with a note, paper, and pad or something.
No doubt about it.
She wants to make sure you're not sitting next to anybody.
No.
Kim, it's okay. He's sitting next to the CNN guy. I've got the gal next to me tonight, so all is good.
Gee, what a big surprise that is. The Grand Mahafa, you know.
That's Mr. Grand Mahafa to you.
Yes. It's the big giant head.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Thank you. Hi, Lois and Michael and Linda out in Charlotte. Always good to have you girls and guys listening. Jay Lee is listening tonight.
Is she?
Yeah, we're going to do tomorrow. I'm going to.
She's 82 listeners all in one. I love that. I love that.
We're going to do a commercial for her.
We are?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Waywalkers?
On Waywalkers. I'm going to do it with her tomorrow on the phone, get the background, and then you and I will coin it up before I disappear for a while.
Okay.
All
Very
right.
Cool. All right.
Good job.
I have a couple of shout-outs. As John would say, you know who you are. No, Scotty Hogue is listening tonight.
No.
He's finally working tonight.
You mean the computer's working?
The computer's working, or he doesn't have the app on his phone, so his computer's working.
Right.
Radar's listening out in Macomb, Illinois.
Right. I was about to say, what happened to Towson?
I know. I hesitated for just a split second to make sure that I got the right location. Miriam Martinez is out there. She's listening. Tim Moon, who hosts another great show here on our network, Veterans Matters, on Tuesday night. He's out there. Robert Morgan, BCN host. By the way, he and Gil did a great job yesterday at the Large Mixer doing their remote show.
I was impressed.
They did a wonderful job. They've never done 2 straight hours before, so I know they appreciated the 15 minutes that you and I hijacked the show to give them a break. But they did really well.
What time
yesterday.
were they on?
From 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
You organized it. What are you asking me
No,
for?
I wanted to know if it went off on
That
time.
was yesterday.
That was yesterday's news. I know.
Hey, listen.
The number 1 assassin is out there.
Uh-oh.
We want to say hi to him. He's out there, and
I'm not saying anything.
Don't say anything. And of course, let us bring in Mr. Bobcat on the board tonight. How are you, Mr. Bobcat?
I am doing just great. Good evening, sir. And Mr. Cashman and JPEG along and our guest in studio. Yes.
Everything good on your world?
Oh, my goodness gracious. We're just 2 weeks away, and I am just filling full of joy tonight, my friends.
Have you gotten a bald skull cap yet to see what you look like?
Yeah, okay. Hair? Just keep running the jaw.
I just want to know.
No, it's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now. You keep saying what you want to say,
just point
but it
the
won't.
Ponytail towards the camera.
Okay,
because it's going to be
Would you
gone
like to see there?
real
There
soon.
it is. I've got my secret weapons all lined up. I'd like to say Mrs. Bobcat has put together some great lists. Did you see the list that she sent?
I have them flagged on our page, and hopefully, if time allows, we'll get to. Yeah, he's going to cut it right. Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay.
We'll get to some of the lists tonight.
I can tell you something right now. No matter what happens, you see your video guy over here.
Am I going to need a new one in a
You
couple
might
weeks?
Because he's going to do what we notify in racing is suck cement. Okay, the wall is coming for you, Mr. JPEG, and also a brand new.
Mr. Bobcat, you have to catch me first.
That's all right because
that's why I'm going to have my GoPro pointing behind me.
What
so we
you
can
don't
get your
seem
picture.
to understand the way the luck of the draw will happen to this thing for the starting lineup. You might be starting back of me, okay, which I will wait for you to come, okay, and if the other way, then I will chase you down. A brand new listener out of St. Petersburg, Florida tonight. I would like to say hello to Mr. Frank Bain from Continental Talent Agency. I am in such a great mood tonight.
Hi, Frank.
More news is on the way.
Holy crap.
So we made it to St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yes.
I didn't know people stay up that late in Florida.
Which I'm really in deep poo-poo now.
Why is that?
Because I forgot Stella and
Stella.
Craig down in Australia.
and Josephine. Josephine, Stella, and Craig. How you guys?
Oh, you know whose birthday just passed? Remember?
Ralph Nader.
Carolyn Milne.
She
just had a birthday down. And Ralph Nader.
He is so in
Isn't
the
he
60s.
running for president?
Ladies and gentlemen, I must claim that he does suffer from
Pat Paulson.
PTSD.
I'm sorry.
Pat Paulson.
And I'd like to also say hello to my good friend, Mr. Tony Martini. We haven't seen in a while.
Yes, we haven't spoken to him in a while. I'm due for.
Yeah, he's in Mexico.
I'm due.
He better be.
Hopefully he sobers up soon.
I'm due for about 5 phone calls in the next 5 minutes from Tony. Anyway, we love you, Tony. We'll catch up soon. All right. So I got Brazil. We took care of that. You got the book. You know what? I think it's time for a break so we can get to our guests.
Sounds good to me.
Mr. Bobcat, if you would.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The first part of the show on the intros is right. Our guests are standing by. You are listening to Vegas Unwrapped on the brand new VegasAllNetRadio.com. Aaron Phillips, the Cashman, Ricky Cash, John JPEG Styles, yours truly, the Bobcat behind the board tonight. When we get back, we got a lot more coming up for you right here on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Everybody.
Ready? Welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. You know, I haven't said this in a while. Usually during the breaks, it's like a Chinese fire drill around here because people in and out change seats. But of course, those who are watching the video the first 15 minutes know that our guests were already in their seats. So we shifted, moved some microphones around. We've got 5 people on mics tonight. We've taken Bobcat off of his.
Yeah, way to ruin the magic, man.
I know. Well, they would have noticed it over there. So anyway, there's an organization that is having it's in town this week, right?
It's in town this
week. And you
weekend.
just had awards out in California. It's called Beauty In and Beauty Out, and you can find them, of course, on Facebook. And Joe Sutton and Traci Campbell are here live in studio. And you started the organization, right, Traci?
I
Is that
sure
right?
did, yes.
And Joe, how did you get involved?
I got involved because Traci saw that I worked at CNN,
Okay.
and I have a passion for entertainment and news, of course. And it was a great opportunity for me to partner with Traci and her organization to come out and support, as well as utilize my background to interview these phenomenal women who have extremely awesome backgrounds and stories.
Just lift up your microphone because I think that gooseneck went down a little bit and you're sounding a little canny there. There you go. help him out a little bit. So you guys partnered, which is great. Now the organization hasn't been around all that long. Am I correct?
Right.
What's it, about a year or two?
Actually, the organization is 3 years old.
3
We're
years old,
celebrating
okay.
our 3rd birthday this year.
Okay, wonderful. So talk about its beginning. How did it get started? How did you dream this up? And tell us the roots of the program.
Absolutely. Well, our parent 501c3 organization is the Champ Community Project, and we started that probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And as a result of doing that work, where we deal with at-risk teens and single moms, and we educate them, we provide emotional and mental support for them. As a result of doing that work, it became very, very obvious that we needed to do something for women, that they need real role models and real leaders and real people that they can look up to. So the idea came of, hey, we want to celebrate women, role models, leadership. Women love glamour.
Right.
They love to be pampered and all of that. And we just combined those things together and came up with Beauty In, Beauty Out, because we are celebrating beauty in women externally and internally.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. By the way, I want to give out our phone number, 702-483-4444, because rumor has it we may have a little giveaway or something here during the time with us. So be prepared to call in, 702-483-44. Not you. You don't count. 483-44.
Besides, nobody's going to answer your phone.
Damn, it's that Styles guy again. So, all right. So how have you developed? What has been the next step from conceptually,
Right.
to actually employing it, and where you're at over the 3 years?
Absolutely. Well, from that idea, that brainstorm of celebrating women and role models and really promoting leadership in women, we started out in Chicago in 2013, and we had our very first event there. It was a success, and then we moved to Atlanta, and we had that event, which was also well received and a lot of support from those down in Atlanta as well. And it just started growing from there. Our social media started picking up. We started doing more media such as this, and getting more support from the communities throughout the cities that we've gone to. And here we are 3 years later, and this is our 2nd time in Las Vegas. Actually, we were here last year with a great turnout and a lot of local support.
Okay, very cool.
It's really good. I mean, Las Vegas, 3rd city to be visited by this group. That's pretty cool. We beat L.A. We beat Philadelphia, New York, Boston. I mean, speaks volumes.
Well,
of
nobody in
who
their
we
right
are.
mind would want to go to Philadelphia. You can send your comments to Vegas Unwrapped on that one.
12 days and 7 nights in Philadelphia.
Philly cheesesteaks.
So, Joe, have you been involved since the beginning?
I came on board last year, and Vegas was my first involvement with the organization.
Okay.
And I had an amazing time.
Okay.
And I can't believe how much Traci has dedicated so much of her time into making this possible. And when you're actually there, whether you're in the audience or presenting or me during the interviews, and you get to see the expression and the passion that these people have when they get these awards, to recognize the work that they're doing in these communities. I can't tell you how many people, especially coming from news, who do a lot of work in these communities, and it's not recognized, right?
Right.
And when they are recognized, it really helps to encourage them and give them that momentum to proceed with their missions.
That's right.
Well, we know it sells on news stations.
Not good news.
Not good news.
Bad
That's
news
right.
always
That's
sells.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I bet you if a newsroom any one day were to actually sit down and compile all the good news that actually happens?
Just good news.
Just good news.
No bad news.
I got to think there's more good news that's out there than bad news.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that, I mean, you see the news all the time. I mean, is that a fair assessment to some degree?
Well, you know, being in the news environments, I know obviously there is a lot of positive news out there.
Right.
It's just unfortunately that we are in the society where there's more negative news that we have to cover. It would be nice to have more positive news, but you know, it's a fine line there.
Yeah.
What, by the way, what do you do for CNN? What is your function? What kind of interviews? What kind of reporting?
Wow, that's a big question because I work on the overnight hours. So while most Americans are asleep, I am
not us, not us old guys.
I am up working and handling the news gathering process for the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. And that essentially means that I'm looking for stories, and once I find a story that is interesting, if it's non-breaking news, I am making those calls to get the information confirmed and then put it out there so it can be put on our platforms for air.
Well, I've got a great source for you. It's called News of the Weird. And we do it every Thursday night at 9:45.
It's our favorite part of the show because it lets the world know we're not as bad.
Well, we get some weird. Well, we definitely get some weird news too.
I can imagine. I can imagine. All right, so you've now been to Vegas twice. Where was the in between location that you were at?
So we just came back from LA.
Oh, from LA.
Yes,
that's right.
Last Saturday, our debut in LA, and just phenomenal. We just still can't believe how well received this particular event has been in LA. So much so that we will be returning there next year.
Very cool. Now, talk about the event itself. What do you guys provide during the event for the attendees and all that? Talk about the event.
Well, again, it's a glamorous event. So we have our very own signature purple carpet. So when the folks show up, they have professional pictures taken on the purple carpet. There's a reception with hors d'oeuvres and drinks and mingling and all sorts of great pre-activities, if you will. Joe, of course, is on hand to do and conduct interviews, and that really is very appealing to folks, especially our honorees, the ladies that we're honoring. And then the award show itself is 2.5 hours on average with presenters, so usually celebrity presenters, phenomenal women who are our honorees from all walks of life, all different categories that we celebrate, as well as local entertainment. We love to highlight local talent as well.
Okay.
Question. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm thinking purple carpet now. Everybody goes through a red carpet. The first color that would come to my mind would be a pink carpet, because pink is so many women's favorite color.
Pink is so overdone. We want it to be different.
So purple.
So we went with purple. We went with purple.
So there was no other significance other than.
Well, actually, from what we know, purple is a color that's oftentimes associated with strength, and it's oftentimes associated with royalty, if you will.
That was where I was going with that.
So we definitely have there's method to the madness, if you will.
Well, I was looking for a reason to figure it out. So
purple
good
has
job.
always been considered the royal color.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that makes sense.
Yes.
Cash being colorblind, it really wouldn't matter.
Well, there's some blues,
no
some
matter what
purple.
color you put down, he wouldn't know.
He can't tell the difference between this blue and this blue.
He wouldn't know the difference. Plus, purple is a passion color.
It is.
So you got to have passion. It represents passion for what you're doing.
And that's a great point. And these ladies are extremely passionate with the work that they do.
Absolutely. Are there any of the ladies in the program that you want to talk about and highlight and mention as an example as to some of the work that's being done?
There's so many, but I'll
with the disclaimer saying you don't mean to keep anybody out of this discussion.
There you go. Thank you
we'll
for
provide that
Thank
disclaimer.
Well, here in Las Vegas, we are honoring, for example, Senator Patricia Farley, who is not only a senator, but she's also an entrepreneur. And she has her own paving and concrete and real estate company for the last at least 10, 15 years. Exceptional woman. We are also honoring Marlene Richter with Shade Tree Organization, which is well known here in the Vegas area. They've helped hundreds of women and their families through domestic violence and other things. We're honoring her this year. Mrs. Nevada 2014, Lavetta Schneider, who is a strong advocate against bullying. She's getting her honor this Saturday. And that's just a few of the ladies here in the Las Vegas area this year that we are honoring. We're very excited about that.
Now, I do want to mention that if for any reason Joe's not available, he gets a sore throat.
He better not, but
or if he's kidnapped about an hour before the event. event.
Right.
John, did you get the truck, John? Did you
just
get the
make
truck?
sure you keep Phillips and Cash's phone numbers handy when you're here in Vegas.
We will do
Because
that.
we've been known to do some interviewing ourselves.
Absolutely.
Joe, just watch your back, Joe.
Well, we'll know where the source is and who the culprit is then if that happens.
I was the other guy. I'm telling you, as Cash would say.
We've done a few pageants in our day as well.
Yes, we've done a few of those.
All right.
We've done everything from pageants to football, so you figure out where we go from one end of the spectrum to the other. Anyway, so now, how do you guys select the recipients of the awards? Is there obviously there's got to be a criteria, I would presume. Talk about that.
That's a great question. Basically, we accept all sorts of stories and nominations through our website, www.biboawards.com. We get several hundreds even of entries that we weed through. And then on top of that, we also have folks that are referred from our honorees, previous honorees and nominees. And so we actually sit as a team. There's about 6 of us. And we go through the process of looking at the various categories that we want to honor in a given calendar year and how these entries fit into that. And we try to narrow the list down to at least 12 individuals, or I should say at least 10, no more than 15.
Okay.
And it's a hard process. It takes us roughly 4 to 6 months of going through the entries and narrowing it down and selecting, because we have just incredible entries from all across the U.S. that come in, and getting it down to those ladies that we're going to honor in a given calendar year.
So how many people go through the material? You must have a board or judges or something like that.
Yes, there's a team of 6 of us, and we go through all the entries. Some are essay entries, some are video entries. You name it. We get those in, and we filter through those.
Okay. Very cool.
I'm just thinking of who do I know that would fit into that kind of category. I've got a couple ideas.
We would love to hear about it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
There you go. All right. It's time for a quick break. Did I catch you off guard, Bobcat?
No, not at all.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I know he's preparing the sports report for us. I know that. So you're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. We have guests Joe Sutton, Traci Campbell from Beauty In, Beauty Out, talking about the organization and awards, and maybe one day we'll be on the stage with them getting rid of Joe Sutton. Who knows what can happen out there. We'll have to get Joey Ciccone, show him the trunk in the car, the Cadillac.
I got your back, Joe.
Got my back.
Great. All right, we'll be back with more right after this. All right, we are back on Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, JPEG, Bobcat on the board, and you, the listeners. 702, you better get ready to call in, folks. 702-483-4444. You can ask questions. You can do whatever you want, but more importantly, I'm going to turn it over to Traci because she's got an offer that I don't think anybody can refuse here.
Well, I hope they don't refuse it. Definitely, as part of our churn going through these various cities, we definitely want to, of course, build awareness, and we want to make sure that folks are they have the opportunity to come out and experience this event, because truly we can't do it justice enough until you come out and you experience it.
Sure.
And so we would love to offer, for someone who calls in right now, we would love to offer them 2 free tickets to this Saturday's show, which is going to be at the Del Toro at the Palazzo Casino and Hotel. And the event starts at 5:30, and it goes all the way until about 9:15, 9:30. Hors d'oeuvres, appetizers, drinks, purple carpet, pictures, of course, interview with the phenomenal Joe Sutton here, and a
Who'll
great...
be making his last public appearance.
So it'll be a historic event as well. There you go. Yeah, and on top
you
of
said you wanted to get out of Atlanta.
And of course, an incredible award show. And we this year have Demetria Obelar from Channel 8 is going to be our lovely co-host.
Okay.
And
she does the traffic reports on Channel 8.
Yes, she does. So she's supporting us this year. Last year we had Councilman Ricky Barlow, who was absolutely phenomenal. And of course, just the incredible ladies that we're honoring this year. So we would love to give someone 2 free tickets to join us this Saturday.
Be the first caller, 702-483-4444. Or I'll tell you what, Skype us. Be the first person on Skype to get the tickets. Whoever contacts us first, you'll get those 2 tickets.
Absolutely.
I have to put a disclaimer in.
Go ahead.
Family members
are totally
Vegas
disqualified.
All-Net Radio.
That's right.
Or Vegas Unwrapped are not eligible.
Never mind.
Just tried to send Mrs. Bobcat a message.
Yeah. What do you think I said? I saw her moving for the phones. Are you kidding me?
I thought it was for Cammie, personally.
It was.
That's right.
It was.
No, I think that's great. 702-483-4444 is the number.
How about by Facebook?
Well, my Facebook page is up, so if somebody wants to send me a message.
Good idea. That's a good idea.
Because
my
if we're going to do the phone and Skype, I think Facebook
right.
is
fair.
because we have a lot of listeners and
That's right.
observers.
Send me a
That's
message.
great.
Send me a
That's
message to my Aaron Phillips page on Facebook, and whoever gets in touch with us first, Skype, phone, or Facebook. You have 10 minutes left to the end of this segment to win these 2 tickets. So.
Is the event open to the public?
It is open to the public.
Is there a
yes.
charge?
Yes, there is.
Okay,
for
let's do that.
adults, it's $55, and for those that are ages 8 to 14, it's $25.
That's not bad. Business attire, I take it, because of the suit and tie dress.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Cocktail attire is
Cocktail
what I tell
attire.
folks.
Ooh,
Cocktail
okay.
attire.
Cocktail
Yes.
attire.
All right.
Yes.
Now she's really going to be mad.
Very cool.
Oh, she just said, you guys suck.
Well, we have a long reach of the law here. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, what's next for you guys?
Yes.
What's going on next?
Well, after our event this Saturday here in Vegas, we are
Right.
going to be headed back home to Chicago.
Okay.
We're going to wrap it up in our hometown this year. And again, there we're going to be celebrating, I believe, 14 incredible ladies, including another senator, a judge, as well as some entrepreneurs and some entertainers.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to celebrating the incredible women once again in Chicago on October the 3rd.
Now, this is going to sound like a kind of out of the ordinary kind of question. I know the program is geared towards women.
Yes.
Do you ever have men that apply or want to get involved? Have you looked at including men?
Wow.
Because there are men that suffer from the same thing. So,
yeah.
What are we suffering from now?
STD. Don't worry about it. He walked right into that one.
Yes, he did. But it's funny.
You see, we've been scripting this shit for years.
Yeah, you guys are pros. But definitely, it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that actually, because we have been talking about how to incorporate men, and just as we have these BBO awards, men need to be honored too for all the great things that they do. We hear a lot of negativity about what men and young boys are doing, and we are seriously trying to put something in the works. I don't want to give too much away right now, but we are
something
yes,
happening.
we
All right,
do.
good.
Yes, we do.
You said you have somebody on Skype?
They sent us a message. Her name is Savannah.
Tell us
She's
from where?
From Las Vegas here.
Okay.
Okay. I guess leave the tickets here.
I'll tell you. We'll leave the tickets here.
Okay.
Come, just type her back so
Yes.
Savannah, just type back our address where our office is open from 9 to 5. She can come down and get the tickets anytime tomorrow.
Yes,
Bring
or-
ID so we
yeah.
know it's her.
Yes.
Yes,
Very
absolutely,
good.
absolutely.
Congratulations,
Yes.
Savannah. Thank
And
you.
her
Wonderful.
Skype
Thank
name.
you, Savannah.
And her Skype
Thank
name.
you.
Yeah, well, he's got that there. Thank you, Savannah.
Fantastic.
I know. It's been a long day for him.
Cammie, that was really good thinking.
Wonderful.
Good.
We
Thank
look-
you, Savannah.
yeah,
Good job.
yeah.
Good job.
So
All right,
tell us
that's
a
good.
little. Oh, go.
No, go.
What's a little bit more about your background? I mean, how did you get involved with all this glamour? I mean, did you start at 8 looking in the mirror and say I wanted to be a Disney princess?
No, I didn't. Well, I probably did actually.
Yeah,
I probably
okay.
did. Most little girls do. But my background actually is science. I'm an IT professional. So I was one of those.
Bye-bye,
nerdy
John.
girls.
Before you leave, can we stop by my office? I want to show you.
I'm going to have to charge you for that.
Nothing's free.
Nothing is free.
How
Nothing
do you
is
like
free.
the shoe on the other foot?
You know what I say about all my dates anyway.
Right,
so.
I know. You always have to pay for them up front.
But no, my background is engineering and computer science, believe it or not, and corporate IT consulting. And then I actually became a caregiver to my mom, who I lost in 2007, for a number of years. And after that, I said, this has been a great career, but it's not really my passion, so to speak. And that was the turning point for me, really, in 2007, 2008. And it went from there, honoring single parents and giving support to at-risk teens. And then that parlayed into the Beauty and Beauty Out initiative. And, really wanting to help women feel better about themselves, celebrating real role models, which I think we desperately need nowadays, especially our young ladies, and giving them a little bit of glamour at the same time.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
That's great. And I just think that our society, like you said, we need more as many positive role models as possible.
Absolutely.
It's just not enough out there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can get the tilt in the news to go away from all the tragedy and heartache that we have out there and focus more on the beauty.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
there's a lot out there, and there's
Because-
a lot of women that, don't feel pretty enough or beautiful enough because they're inundated with these images that are quite frankly unrealistic oftentimes. So
Wouldn't it be nice to have copycats that are copying good
there
rather
you
than
go.
the copying
There
the
you
bad?
go. There you go.
But
Absolutely.
where's the news in that? That's the problem.
See, that is the problem because
no
that's
offense.
it. We
No
could
offense,
make
Mr.
that the
Newsman.
news.
That's right.
I know we could.
And because that is, we're reporting on all this negative crap. It's about time we turn that and make it news when you do something great.
Notice Joe's not saying anything
Well,
right now.
Yeah, Joe's quiet right now.
But the beauty about the technology nowadays in our society is that there's so many different outlets and venues that we can insert ourselves into news. All the different platforms that we have, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all these different platforms that we have. While sometimes it may not necessarily come across in mainstream media to an extent, which we do cover positive news. I don't want to say we don't. We do. But if you're looking to get more out there, then I would encourage everyone to take it upon themselves and find a way to spread the love and positivity.
Right.
That's
If you don't feel that it's necessarily come across main media.
Right.
I want a new show.
What's that? Yeah, exactly.
Well, main media, by its very nature and the way that they have to report news, it's all about ratings and selling advertising. And again, unfortunately, the bad news and the sensationalism is frankly what sells, and the advertisers want them to have the highest ratings, and then they'll buy their products. It's a vicious cycle.
That's right.
When was the last time a newscast started off with good news?
I hardly
Can't
remember.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the good news stories, they always tuck them in the back end, like the
Right.
last 5 minutes or last 10 minutes, and they only get like 2 or 3 minutes.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
you're right. You're 100% right. With social media being what it is today, which was nothing like 10 years ago or 15 or obviously 100 years ago, we have the outlets to spread the good news.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it happens. You could see news, your news items on Facebook when they're. I didn't realize I have touchscreen. Holy shnikes.
He just touched it, and out came
It did.
all
Did it
those.
not? Did it not just move as I
I
touched the
did
screen?
witness that.
This is a new laptop for me.
He's
Holy
it's
shnikes.
it's a
Welcome
Take
to
over
the-
the show, will you?
Welcome to the
Holy
21st century,
cow.
Aaron.
Holy
wait
shnikes.
till wait till the pictures come out.
I would like to point out, too, that it has been my experience
Very easily amused.
that it is easier to get people to believe something bad about somebody
That's right.
Than
than
something
it is
good.
to believe something
That is so
good.
true.
If you start spreading a rumor that this guy's a bad guy, everybody's going to pick up on it.
That's right.
But if you start the rumor that this guy's great, he does this for the community or does that,
right. That's
So
right.
that's our fault. We need to
That's
change
that's
that.
a
Yeah.
society problem that we're not going to solve here.
Okay, let's recap.
No, but we can start here.
Jeez.
Wow. We're getting too deep.
Yes,
now.
we are
way
getting
deep.
very philosophical.
Yes.
I'm getting teary here.
Take your finger out of your idol. Stop.
Oh yeah.
Websites, give the
Yes.
basic information where everybody
Absolutely.
can find stuff about the
Absolutely.
organization.
It's very easy. You go to www.biboawards.com. That's biboawards.com to get all the information on all the cities and all the events that we have, and the dates and the times. And actually, you can even go there and look at some old videos of some of our previous events, so you can get a really good idea of what you're in store for when you come down this Saturday to the Del Toro at the Palazzo Casino from 5:30 to 9:30.
And talk about Champ Within. Do you have a website separate for
Oh,
that?
yes, we do. Our parent 501c3 Champ Community Project. That's www.champcommunityproject.org.
There you go. All
and
right.
this is the Bibo is where you can go to nominate someone.
Yes,
or
right on the website, right on the
Okay.
front page, actually. Matter of fact, we are already starting to capture our 2016
Cool.
nomination. So I strongly encourage the community to go there so that we can come back next year and
Sure.
honor a whole new class of women.
There you go. I like it.
Be great.
All right.
Yes.
Now, Savannah, I'm sure you're still listening. And again, congratulations on getting the tickets. But when you get interviewed by Joe Sutton, you must mention Vegas All Net Radio.
I'll be sure to mention it.
okay.
I'll be sure to mention it, okay?
So how did you win these tickets? Oh, Vegas All Net
She
Radio.
did leave a message.
Huh?
She did leave a message.
What did she say?
She says she'll go with anybody except Styles.
Oh, I know who that is. It's one of 7 people.
And we,
Shocker.
and we definitely want to capture Savannah's email address as well, because we also email
Okay.
the tickets to her
Very
as
good.
well.
So just send her back to send the email, or
Yep,
we'll get it
that'd be
tomorrow.
great.
But just shoot her a message over there.
Okay, I'll do that.
And if not, we'll capture it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming down, guys. We appreciate
Thank
you spreading
you.
the love of
Thank
the
you.
organization. I think it's terrific what you guys are doing. Joe, great getting involved seriously and supporting it from that standpoint. I
Yes.
think it's tremendous.
And we really do love media people.
Yeah, we do.
I think
Despite what he said to
a
you.
lot of hard work.
We're just jealous of the media people on big networks. That's all that it is. Anyway, good luck with everything.
Thank you so
Come
much.
back and see us again.
Absolutely.
You know, next event or anything that you got going on,
Yes.
just email us and we'll be happy to share it in announcements and whatnot. And
Wonderful.
I love the concept, guys.
Thank
Sounds
you.
great. I think this was just outstanding. Again, we have to thank.
Catherine Natali and
Boy,
Peter Papagiorgio.
Yes, yes.
From
And I have a couple of
And
nominees.
Peter,
so be
Peter,
watching
slow
for
down,
them.
slow down on those posts, Peter. You know, my goodness.
All right. Time for a break. When we come back, it's time for Doing It with Styles. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped here on VegasAllNetRadio.com, the all-new VegasAllNetRadio.com. Best shows, more variety. We'll be back with more stuff right after this. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Yeah, that was a little high there. Woo! Blew the system out. Want to thank Joe Sutton and Traci Campbell from Beauty In, Beauty Out. What a great couple of people, and I love their cause and what they're trying to do to create that positive influence in society. I think that's great.
Who do you
I'd like to thank Kevin for not beating the crap out of us, too.
I know.
Who do you think I was thinking of?
Huh?
Who do you think I was thinking of as a nomination?
Could it be someone down the street from you?
No.
No.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
So I have no idea who you're talking about, who you're thinking of.
I was thinking of Bella.
Bella!
Oh, no. That's
No, but she's not in Vegas.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, geez, I thought you were talking about somebody that lives down the street from you.
moving
You?
right along.
Not me. All right. Jeez Louise. Hit it, Mr. Bobcat.
Thank you, sir.
It's time for Doing It with Style.
You've either got or you haven't got style.
If you got it, you stand out a mile. Got or you haven't got class.
You want me to go back to the longer one?
It's funny because just when you want to start singing, it cuts off.
I know, that's why I did that.
All right, let's ring up the band.
Hearing you bitch about it.
All right, take it away, John.
All right, tonight we got doing it with Styles. All right, so there's this guy been going around kind of pissing people off.
Uh-oh.
A lot of the religious people in this country and throughout the world, and he's getting pretty serious, and I'm almost afraid for him sometimes because he's very outspoken. He's been talking about pulling the tax-exempt status away from churches, and because they are not really doing good works and taking care of the needy in the community like it says in the Bible. And so he's saying that most of the churches and religious organizations today are a business and aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. And so he's saying you guys should lose your tax exempt status. If you can't be out there helping people, then you shouldn't get the tax exempt status. And he's getting a big following, and a lot of people are starting to listen to the guy. So anyway, and I just want to say that right from the get-go, I have never been, am not now, nor have no plans to be a Catholic. However,
Talk about a disclaimer.
Yes, Doing It with Styles Award tonight is going to Pope Francis.
Ah!
So he's been very vocal about, look, if you're going to get tax-exempt status and be a church, then you better do what it tells you in the Bible and start taking care of people and quit hating and quit picking on people and do what Christ was preaching. Otherwise, you're a business. So, and there was a whole like 85 pages of stuff that I was reading through that we don't have enough time.
No, we don't. And we don't get political nor religious. However, with that said,
here we go.
He is also changing, or at least trying to change, some of the more ultra-conservative dogma from the Catholic Church. And, of course, he's under criticism for that, too.
Yes.
And I want to tell you something, John. You and I talked about this a little bit at dinner.
No, we didn't. I didn't talk to him about this at all.
He did. and we're both, quite frankly, in the world that we live in today, with terrorism and stuff like that, we're a little worried for his safety.
Yes.
No matter how secure, he might be, I'm a little worried about that.
Look, there are people that are in the religious realm that have $70 million homes, buying their own personal jet airplanes, and basically saying, hey, everybody can go to hell. I got mine. So
right. Well, all the Pope has to do is just stay in the Pope mobile. I mean, it's bulletproof. So.
Yeah, but that's just it. He won't.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
He's like I said, I'm not a religious person in that respect, but
it might be
look what they did to
Christ.
They did the same thing to Christ for saying the same thing, So
yeah, absolutely. All right, so the Pope gets our Doing It with Styles award. Are we going to send it to the Vatican?
Way to go, Pope. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Since the Secret Service didn't come and lock my butt up.
No, but they were around here for 2 or 3 weeks.
the British Royal Marines didn't come and latch onto me. I figure I'm safe in sending it to one of God's reps.
There you go. All right, hit it.
Good job.
Thank you for listening to Doing It with Style. Heard exclusively on Vegas Unwrapped.
All right. How much time we have left before break?
If we stay on, I've got it nailed. So I'm right to the sports. I'm right to everything's right here.
Let's do it. Let's do the Vegas Unwrapped Sports Desk, then the National. Go for it.
Thanks, you buddies. Appreciate that. Let's get it started with the NFL. Man, we are smack dab right now with about 1:30 left at 17-17 in Kansas City, with the Chiefs in Denver going at it for you right now. Also with, oh my goodness gracious, let me look down. Is it a done final yet? We got about a minute to go, and Clemson's up on Louisville. Okay, so we're hanging tight there. Major League Baseball today. Miami a winner, Baltimore a winner, Toronto, Kansas City, bottom of the ninth right now. Texas up on top. Minnesota a winner, St. Louis up on Milwaukee 6-zip. Chicago a winner today along with Oakland. All right. You guys on the boxing circuit right there. Mayweather a winner last week. Ticket sales were down at the Garden, and the pay-per-view didn't even hit $1 million, man. And Floyd's going to retire it up, I guess, 50-0. The contender
49.
round for the Chase is out for you this weekend. All three major series are at Chicagoland. That's a look at sports right here. And man, are we on time tonight. Take it, sir.
You got it. Hour number 1 in the books of Vegas Unwrapped coming up in 5 minutes. The start of hour number 2, and our second hour guest, Jeff Renel and Christine Essex, hosts of the Luminosity Wellness Radio Show, coming next month. So we got a lot to do in the second hour. Don't go anywhere. Vegas Unwrapped will be back right after this. All right, welcome back.
I got to. Boy, I'll tell
you. Are you all right there, Bobcat?
I'm all right. I can't find my taste of honey. But I'll get it. My taste of honey.
Sounds like a personal problem.
And I guess I must stand corrected. I thought Mayweather was going out at 50. No, you said, correct me, sir. I will make a thing. He's 49, Mr. Cashman?
He ties Rocky
49-0,
Marciano, who was the heavyweight champion back in the late 40s, early 50s, and they wanted to get 49 wins, but Rocky would have pushed him over with his thumb.
I got one quick question for you guys right here. If Mayweather was in the same era against Sugar Ray Leonard or Thomas the Hitman Hearns, would Mayweather have done as good as what he did?
No. He wouldn't have lasted 2 rounds with the Hitman. No. He would have gotten a bigger fight from Sugar Ray because he was also a great counterpuncher. But the Hitman or Marvin Hagler would have knocked that guy out of the ring.
I said the same thing to Mrs. Bobcat out
you
there.
Bet.
And you know the big surprise thing about it was that it was cheaper to get a ticket at the Garden than it was to watch it on pay-per-view, man.
Yeah, I heard that.
By the way, that announcement you came back with, put it on the air, by the way, because she is a member of our VANR team, and a lot of people don't even know it's out there yet.
Yes, indeed. Right before you guys, the teen sensation, Miss Corey Taylor, has her brand new horror motion picture. And yours truly, the Bobcat, got asked to walk the red carpet with her. And I thank her very much. October 8th, we'll be at the Palms, okay? So if you want to get spooked and shocked, I saw the trailer to this thing. And I'm telling you, I don't know if I'm going to make the whole film or not. I don't know, but I'll give it a wheel, buddies.
Dude, it's only 8 minutes. You can make
No, this is
the other one.
This is a full featured 93-minute movie.
This isn't the one where she's the psycho killer clown?
Yeah, but the full feature movie of 92 minutes.
Okay,
and Miss
cool.
Corey slices, dices, and buddy, she makes the Vegematic machine look like nothing. I'm telling you. There we go.
I never, ever would have picked her for that role. And when you see the trailer, it's just like, whoa!
So October 8th is a Thursday, right?
That is correct, sir.
Don't you have to ask permission from the owners to
I did, sir.
pay time off in order to miss Vegas Unwrapped?
I didn't get paid to miss the time off, and sir, I did get the approval of the operations director.
We don't have an operations director.
Yeah, we don't have an operations director.
We have an operations manager.
All right, I believe.
But that person also knows it's got to go to vote of the other managing members. Because then who do we have to get to run the board?
Wait. He was just saying that because he won't be here.
That's right.
That's right. He's not going to be here. Neither are you, for that matter.
That's right.
I'm going to be here by myself. I'm going to let these guys are going to be away.
Okay, so you got what? 2.5, 3 weeks to learn how to operate the board?
Watch the shoe fall. That's the other shoe. Boom.
So so who are you going to have run the camera that night?
Who else?
Ryan. So who's going to work the board that night?
Well,
Ryan.
Considering it's all remote controlly done, but I mean,
wait. Ryan did Sandy's show for me for a couple of times for a couple of months.
Yeah.
He can run the board and the camera at the same time.
Oh, brother.
Would you?
I tried.
No.
Wait a second. I got the settlement on this whole thing. I got the settlement.
So easy to get them riled up, isn't it?
I got the settlement.
Yes, go ahead.
We don't do this very much, but how about we do this?
Do the remote show from there?
We could do that, or maybe possibly we could have a best of Vegas Unwrapped that night, and you and
we don't have a best.
That is good. Every now and then.
Yeah, he comes up with some good ones.
Every now and then.
There's no besties here.
There's no best.
All I want.
The worst would be more like it. The worst would be more like it.
The least worst.
Just replay last week's show. That was the worst.
The least worst of Vegas All-Net Radio. That's what we ought to do, right?
Right here. You know that on this celebrity thing that we're doing at the race?
Yes.
And you're going to be calling
I'm going to call in the race.
From the network and from
the network, wherever you tell me to.
And from live from the track.
Live.
I don't care.
From my competitor's location. I'm there.
I don't care how great, bad, or whatever you do, as long as when it comes down, oh no, John Styles is in the wall. That's all I care.
Let's get the scraper out and get him off the track. All right, hey, you know what?
What?
If you're celebrating a birthday today on September 17th, we want to wish you all a happy birthday from all of us here at Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio, and we are wishing you a birthday with all of these people. Ooh.
I know I got one right today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, if you pick it, I know I got one right. I know it.
All right, fellas, you ready?
I'm ready.
Slim list tonight. Slim list. So I'm going to be picking and choosing.
Never heard of him. See the country western singer?
You know, John, I can't wait to tell his wife this weekend that he said that last week's show, which was the one that she appeared on, was the worst show ever.
Yeah.
God.
I can't wait to tell her.
Boy,
Don't worry, she don't listen to the show. She's smart.
You know what that means, don't you?
What's that?
And I've never done this before. Your ass is grass, and his wife owns the mower, man.
All right, 2-point question coming out of the gate.
We should not have let our guests come in here.
That's all right. That's all right, because they're going to know what they're in for when they launch their show in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they won't have like this.
Well, no, it'll be nothing like this. What year did Hank Williams Sr. die? 2-point question. 1951.
57.
57.
62.
53 would be the right answer. You guys are just smoking it already. Race car driver Jimmy Johnson. This is probably the one that Bobcat knows.
He's 40 years old today.
Gentlemen?
He's right.
He's right?
Yeah.
40 is correct. Here's another 2-point question. What year did John Ritter die?
Oh.
2004.
2004.
Later. 2005.
It was
2008.
No, it was 2002.
2002. Anybody else? 2003 would be the right answer. You guys are all around it. Close, but no cigar, as they say. All right, let's see. That's not going to work because Mr. Cash doesn't watch those kind of shows, so I won't pick that person. See, I'm trying to help you out here, Mr. Cash.
Wonderful.
Jeez, all right.
Now he's being nice. I threatened to call his wife.
Oh, I'm not worried about my wife.
Whoa.
I'm not worried.
No, Styles needs to worry about his wife.
He's really on it, isn't he?
I'm not worried. She doesn't listen to the show, so I'm not worried about it.
I'll make sure that she gets
Cassandra Peterson, actress.
Who?
She was the curvy
Elvira.
She was the curvy mistress of the dark who hosted classic horror films on TV. Along with her Elvira roles, she has appeared in Lost City of Gold and Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I'll bring my picture in that she has autographed. Elvira Does It With Styles.
All right. How old is
Only in your nightmare.
How old is Elvira?
And you will absolutely not believe this. All right? She's 71 years old.
Okay.
72.
69.
Anybody else? 64 would be the right answer. So you're right. I didn't believe it.
Yeah, really.
General manager and head honcho of the New York Knicks, Mr. Phil Jackson, is turning how old today? 71.
And he takes life shots.
And he endorses it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Which is now called Life Matters. They changed their branding.
Really?
He announced today. Yes.
Really?
It's now called Life Matters. They came out with 2 new products, too.
Wow.
Mr. Jackson is 67 years old.
67. I got a 71.
69.
69.
I'll go with 68.
How about 70? You guys went the wrong way would be the right answer. Man, oh man, you guys, I don't know what you did here, but geez Louise.
When's his birthday?
Yes. How about Malik Yoba, TV actor?
What did he play in?
Best known for a starring role in the series New York Undercover's J.C. Williams, a New York Police Department detective, and for his role as Yul Brynner in Cool Runnings. Remember the movie about the Jamaican bobsled team?
Bobsled.
He began playing Vernon Turner on the Fox series Empire in 2015. Malik Yoba is turning how old?
37.
37.
41.
41.
38.
38.
I'll go 45.
45. You're all wrong still. 48 would be the right answer.
Oh, he's getting up there.
He's getting up there. TV actor Kyle Chandler. Friday Night Lights.
Never watched that
He played
show.
the football coach. Also, he was
played
in
the coach.
Twin Peaks, wasn't it? He was also
I
in
don't
Twin
remember
Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
It was an ABC episode. Kyle Chandler's how old?
47.
53.
47, 53.
Height.
I'll go 44.
Anybody else? He's turning 50 years old today.
Ooh.
Let's see if there's anybody else. How about basketball player Rasheed Wallace is turning how old?
Is he still playing?
I don't know if he is, actually.
Bob, I got that one, didn't you? Huh?
I think he retired last year, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, or the year before that. I don't think he's active.
Let's make him 44.
44.
I'll go 43.
43. 38.
40.
41 would be the right answer. Let's see. TV actor Matthew Settle is how old? I know. What did he play in? I'm getting
Who
there.
are these people?
Played the role of Captain Ronald Spears in the hit HBO show Band of Brothers. He's from North Carolina, if that helps you at all.
Oh, well, I got that.
That's all that's
yeah,
listed
yeah.
on the bio I have.
He's
yes.
44 then.
44.
Yeah, he's from
46.
North Carolina.
46.
He's 39.
39. Somehow Cash got it right. 46 is correct. And the last. No, not the last.
Even a blind dog finds a bone
Absolutely.
once in a while.
What year did Anne Bancroft die? 2-point question.
Ooh, man.
I know the answer to the second part, but what year did she die? That was a
That was
question?
the only part I asked.
You said it was a 2-point question. Oh, 2-point.
See?
We now have a stylism.
Yeah, man, it's taken him a year, but we finally got it, man. This one's working. It's going into the rotation next week, man.
It's rubbing off.
Mel Brooks.
It's rubbing off.
Let you sit over by him.
Oh, my goodness.
1994.
94.
2003.
2003.
98.
98. Anybody else? 2005 would be the right answer. One more. What year did
And she was married to Mel
Wait a
Brooks.
What year did Roddy McDowell pass away?
Those freaking apes got him.
They got him.
They finally got him.
He finally gave in to the planet.
The apes.
That's right. He was one of the main characters of the original Planet of the Apes.
2009.
2009.
2010.
2010.
2007.
How about 1998?
Well, we wanted to give him a couple of years.
We kept him alive a little longer.
Jeez. And that does it for Celebrity
Well, who did I
Birthdays.
meet
Once
in the
again,
Starbucks
celebrating a
session?
birthday with you all on September 17th. Happy birthday from all of us here at Vegas Unwrapped.
Happy birthday, Mom.
All right, couple of quick history questions, and then we'll get out of the way for our guests.
About time.
Yeah, you're not kidding. All right, Mr. Cash, what year did Church of Heilig grave initiated in Jerusalem?
788.
335.
That's
all right.
I'm close, and that's not bad.
How about what year did the Arabs conquer Alexandria and there was a big library that was destroyed?
Saladin. 1127.
642. All right, let's get some more current things here. Here we go.
Yeah,
What
1162.
What year did 19 students attend the very first class at Ohio State University?
Ooh, wait a second. Say that one more time.
What year 19 students attended the very first class at the opening of Ohio State University?
1861.
1844.
1825.
2009. No.
Yes.
Thursday.
Thursday, right. 1873 would be the right answer. You guys were in the
That's
ballpark.
right.
That's
Yeah, that's right.
that's right. Like you were there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what other ones.
I just had a birthday, remember?
That's right. I forgot.
He keeps
Yes.
he keeps jabbing on the Buckeyes. Wait till they get a hold of the Nittanies this
Hey,
year.
man,
I wasn't
speak
jabbing
Buckeye.
at him. That was him over there.
Yeah. All
What
right.
year did
I
Radio
got family back there.
What year did Radio Moscow begin transmitting?
Thursday. Radio Moscow.
Radio Moscow.
I got the answer to that. When Axel, our guy that's at 5 o'clock, comes on. Yeah.
That's right. Industrial Revolution.
I'll give it that. I'll go right there for him. 1917.
1957.
1922 would be the right answer.
I was in the ballpark.
Oh my goodness.
I know my Lenin. Stalin.
Yeah, the sisters, right?
Trotsky. I know Trotsky.
John, Paul, George, and Ringo, right?
Right arm.
First LP recorded was demonstrated in New York City, but unfortunately it failed. What year did the first LP
Define
record?
LP, 78 or
It just
33?
says LP, John.
19,
Just says LP.
1939.
Okay.
It
Okay.
failed at the World's Fair.
Okay. Anybody else?
Would you say 39? No, that's not right.
Oh, of course it's not right. Like he knows.
I know, like he's going to give me the right answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say that 33s were called LPs. I don't think the 78s were, so I think it's got to be right after the Second World War.
1931 would be the right answer to that.
I got an extra point question for him.
Go.
What was actually the setting on the record player name then? The setting.
33 and a third.
33 and a third.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they were called 33s.
That wall's coming at you, buddy.
All right, last question. What year was the first successful separation of Siamese twins?
Right.
What year?
1955.
1955.
He's close.
62 or 63? 63.
63.
1961.
Anybody else? 1953 would be the right answer. Mercifully, that does it for dates in history. Thank goodness gracious. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. Take it away, Bobcat.
Thank you, sir, man. Cash, man, we split the milkshake this week around,
There you
okay,
go.
buddy?
There you
All right,
go.
man. So when you get back, I got a fresh frosty one, and we'll get and you'll get me a frosty one, right?
Sounds good
there
to
you
me.
go. We're going second part of the hour of hour number 2. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped on the brand new VegasAllNetRadio.com. Aaron Phillips, Ricky the Cash Man, John J. Pig Styles, Bobcat behind the board right here. Back with our next round of guests right after this, everybody.
All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. The hour in which we normally slide and dive into obscurity. But
We're rescued tonight.
we're rescued tonight, fortunately. On October 1st, is that the day you're debuting?
Yes, it is.
Right? Thursday, at 3 in the afternoon right here on this very network. Luminosity Wellness Radio debuts with hosts Christine Essex and Jeff Renel right here in our very studio to talk about the Luminosity Wellness Center as well as their upcoming show. Welcome, guys.
Well, thank you.
Get right into that mic there.
Thank you very much.
There we go. All right. So you guys excited?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I could tell. I know these guys. No, seriously. Because we're communicating email, and 2 weeks ago was the health and golf fair down at Cashman.
That's right.
And my wife and I went down there on that Sunday, and they had their sign right there, coming radio show and all that. So, and the video today that you guys put out there, I'm sure Josh had his hand in on that. I loved it, by the way. By the way, Josh Carpenter, also from the Luminosity Wellness Center, is sitting in here, who's also well known around town for social media and all kinds of support, does classes there, and he hangs out at the Luminosity Wellness Center as well, and is a big supporter and social media. I guess you really do the social media for the center, right?
I'm actually tweeting as we speak.
He's tweeting as we speak. This is live. He's live tweeting. Normally you need medication for that, but he's got it well under control.
And my Starbucks.
He's got it, exactly. So welcome, guys. Is this your first time behind a microphone?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So you're veterans.
No.
No, not that.
We're what you call rookies.
That's okay. That's
I
all right.
am. I can't speak for Jeff, but I am a rookie.
That's right. It'll be fine. Once you start doing your own thing, trust me, you guys are going to settle right in and be like, why haven't we done this sooner? So before we talk about the show, for those who are not familiar with Luminosity Wellness Center, and I got to say, probably if you're from Vegas listening, you're probably pretty familiar with the Luminosity Center as a whole. It's located on Smoke Ranch and Tenaya, on the northeast corner, diagonally across from Cimarron Memorial High School. Talk about the center, what it is. I mean, you guys use the word community, and I really love that. Explain what that means and talk about the center and what's there.
Well, basically, we have several, 15 different practitioners that we work with, and the Luminosity Wellness Center is the umbrella above all of us. So we're all practitioners under that, and so that is the community, the starting of the community, and then together we go out into the community. And we want to make sure that we're educating people and that we're getting them aware of what a holistic wellness program would look like and how they can implement it into their lives. So we're educationally based for that purpose.
Very cool. That's good. I like that. Now talk about some of the type of practitioners, Jeff, that you have there in the center.
Well, we have a large range of different practitioners that study all different types of different techniques. So most of the practitioners there have an influence of different techniques, like I was just saying. I personally do theta healing, Reiki. I've also studied some other shamanic stuff and things like that. We have NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, which Christine here does. We have Reiki practitioners there as well, yoga instructors, EFT. So we have a wide range of different things that we have to offer to people so they can come in and find what works for them.
Yeah, and I've toured the facility. John, I know you were there.
Awesome.
You did some scouting video and pictures. I mean, it's when was it Nancy? Was that
That's
okay?
right, Nancy Stone.
The day that I was supposed to meet up with Christine, she was unavailable, so Nancy took me around. And it's not only just in that one main building, but if you walk across to the other section, you have a couple of practitioners in there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I mean, it's really a community-based system of holistic practitioners that's quite impressive.
Question: in terms of people wanting to get involved with this, how do they do that? I mean, how do they? Is it listed someplace? I mean, I did my little Google homework, found it immediately.
Good.
But what about people?
That means
that
Josh
don't-
is doing his job.
Yeah, and obviously. But is there a certain group, an age group, a gender group? How does it all come about?
Well, I think someone first has an interest in looking at what is a compatible or a holistic lifestyle, right? And how they could take charge of their own life. So that might get them to Google it. And then they would find out that we're a wellness center. And then they would go to the website, which is luminositywellnesscenter.com. And they would start there, looking at what events we have. We use a lot of word of mouth, and we do a lot of social media covering our events. And then we do large events as well, and we go out into the community to fairs. We have a couple of them here in September where we're going into like a government agency and working with 500 different people or having exposure to them, which is fantastic. That's how they get to know who we are. So it's us talking about it. This radio show is going to definitely help us to get our message out, and that's kind of, I really believe, is our best source of communications.
How did you? Oh, go ahead, John.
No.
How did you get involved? How did you personally get involved?
Me, it's been a life dream of mine, and I was collecting information and doing all my homework. And when it came time, I was actually across town on East Flamingo, and it was time to move. And so we found. Someone came to me and said, let's do business together. And I said, write your version of the business plan and I'll see if it's compatible. And it was. And then we found this building, which was like phenomenal find. It was unbelievable. It was like, okay, how could we not do it? So we went into this building and we started there paying like, what was it, $1,000 a month, right? And so between the two of us, we split the $500. And we're a debt-free company from that day to today.
That's amazing.
And so when we started...
Do they have any room there?
Yeah, we actually do, because we went from the 1,200 square foot that we originally had and went to 5,000 square foot. So it's been evolving over time.
What's the future growth for the center? What do you see going next?
To our own building is what we really want to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what our future looks like, I believe.
It's definitely, it's to the East Coast, right? So East Las Vegas first. We're like Green Valley. We're looking for a building. Actually, the owners of this building are looking for a building, which would totally support our dream and our vision.
Okay.
And then we would go to New York. I have a granddaughter in New York. I want to go to New York. So New York, maybe some Miami, Hawaii, and just hit these areas, and then global. We really do have a big vision. And that vision will carry us to continue on. So we're constantly working on our model, if that makes sense.
We know about working on a model.
Yeah. We are working our model.
One of the things, or one of the main things that impressed me when I was there for the first time was that, I mean, the only word that popped into my head immediately was smorgasbord.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have any interest in metaphysics or the holistic or anything like that, it can be found there. You have a practitioner there, or, I mean, I was just amazed at all of the people that I met and the different types of wellness that's available, but yet everyone with the same goals or the same focus and the oneness of everything that was going on there, I thought was really impressive to me. So,
and that's an important part of the model, is that everyone who is involved is a part of the vision, of the dream, and of the oneness.
Right.
We all know that, and we really feel that it is our job or our calling to enlighten or make aware, I guess might be a simpler word, right, without frightening someone. Woo-woo. Then that's one of our goals is to take the woo-woo side with the business side, combine them together, where anyone could walk into that building or into our establishment and feel like, wow, all right, they're
something
professional,
there for everyone.
right.
They feel at home.
Yeah, and that's what we're getting more and more of, and we're very grateful for that, really.
Well,
Jeff,
you're doing a good job of it so far, I can tell you that.
Thanks.
Jeff, talk about your background and what you did before getting into your modality. Talk about your background a little bit.
I truly was out there, experienced life. I've done a lot of everything. I started out in real estate when I was 21. Didn't go very far in that. I didn't have much responsibility back then. But it led me into construction, and I did tile for a long time. I did tile for almost 20 years, owning my own business and stuff, and then thank God the economy came along and collapsed and took everything away from me, which it was truly a blessing in my life. It gave me a chance to actually restart over. It took everything away from me that I was tied to, and it freed me up. And I had a chance to be able to start over, and so that's what I did. I was like, if I'm going to put my energy into something, I'm going to do what I want to do from the rest of my life. And
Funny
so
how that
that's what I
happens sometimes, huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, I really feel like the universe picked me up and has taken me for a ride, and I'm, going 100% with this ride. And now look at where I'm at here on this radio show with you guys and getting ready to start around.
That was beautiful. It's all uphill from here.
Now they say 2 steps forward and 1 back. This is the backward step.
That and $5 get your coffee at
this
Starbucks.
Is the backward step. This is the most painless backward step I've done so far.
We wish you.
No, we just meant being on this show.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to step aside for a quick break. We're at the bottom of the hour. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, John JPEG Styles, Bobcat behind the board, and you, the listener. We have guests Josh Carpenter, Jeff Renel, and Christine Essex, the crew that is going to be behind Luminosity Wellness Radio, debuting October 1st on this here very network, 3 to 4 p.m. We'll be back with more with them right after this. All right, welcome back.
Well, thanks for having us.
Okay, welcome back. I don't know where you went, but welcome back. We appreciate it. Sitting in the hot seats tonight, our new show co-hosts, Christine Essex, Jeff Renel. Are you involved in the show, or are you just doing social media stuff behind the scenes? You going to be on the air at all?
I am.
Okay. So we can officially say, and Josh Carpenter, the co-host.
There you go. I'm the blue-haired guy that pops in.
No more green hair.
No more green hair.
No more green.
Otherwise, you'll look like Cash now because the top of your head will be gone. So, Luminosity Wellness Radio debuting Thursday, October 1st, 3 to 4 p.m. right here on Vegas All Net Radio. So now let's talk about the show, because I think we've set the table nicely about the center itself. But now talk about the transition, about how you're going to take the aspects of the center and what goes on there, and how you're going to transition it into your radio show, what the show's going to be about, the platform, what are you going to talk about, that sort of stuff.
That's a great question, because just last night we were like going, okay.
Trying to figure that out.
Yeah, just last night. And one of the things that is really, really important is that we do combine the two. You know, that
sure.
that one supports the other. And so we're going to we have so many practitioners that we can apply as guests, right, and have them. We can actually offer live commercials for them as well. And then we're looking for our guests, and we're going to be interviewing guests that have events coming up. Like we have a Swami coming in.
A Swami?
A real live Swami.
Down around the Swanee River.
Right. We're going to have him as an interviewee, if you will. And then we'll have Jason Nelson, who is also doing several events at our center. And we're going to have him as an interviewee. I guess that's the correct name, right? So we're going to be...
We call them victims.
Oh, we do. All
Guests.
right. Yeah.
No, we do. You don't. Not you.
I don't know.
Not you guys.
We might be using certain terms like that after a while.
What is a Swami?
Yes. Yeah. Well, blue hair would ask that.
I know, right? Yeah. Exactly. Let's consider the source on that question.
Let's get into that one. And so ideally it's about letting people know what we have coming up,
right,
about our big events, and getting the community involved in helping us get those events marketed, if
now,
you will.
before I forget, you mentioned you have a couple of events coming up. Why don't you talk about those and plug them before I forget?
Oh, okay. So in September, we're going to be at a couple fairs.
Okay.
All right, where we've been invited in. In October, we have our expo coming up. And this is where we'll have 40 practitioners. We're going to have drumming. We're going to have Zumba. And we're going to have... what else? We're having yoga and
any knee rehab.
Yeah, we'll have some people who can definitely assist in your knee rehab for sure.
Go.
If not, we'll find a volunteer to push you around.
There you go. I'm ready for that.
He already gets pushed around.
That's right. And he would just feel at home then.
That's
right. And so our biggest event that we love and have had success at is called the Night of the Unknowns. So people are going to really be hearing about that. Although
I saw the invite. And I replied to it.
Oh my goodness, that is where we bring the mystics, the readers, the psychics.
Tell me that's pretty close to Halloween.
It's on the 30th.
Gee, what a surprise!
Yeah, our expo's on the 10th, and yes, our Halloween, we all dress up in character.
I should be ready for that one.
Oh yeah, and we decorate the building, and we just have fun. So $20 gets them through the door, and they get to experience all these different venues. And
cool.
They get little messages though. You know what?
Yeah,
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? Messages versus a full reading,
Right.
because the whole thing is a marketing concept to help both the practitioners and the people to experience something they've never
Right.
experienced.
So when you
before.
say message, you mean like you are going to meet,
yes,
and now you have to come back and find out.
that's right.
Yeah, I only give them half the message. So
That's
they have
it.
to come back.
A little cliffhanger.
Yes.
I know already John's message.
Yes.
You know,
John, you're still going to have to pay for it.
that's right. That's right.
Leave it on the dresser.
Nightstand.
Oh, on the nightstand. Sorry.
Always leave the money on the nightstand.
Richard Gere.
Jeez Louise.
And-
What a crowd.
Yeah, so in October, those are two of Luminosity Wellness Center's great big events. The other ones, we're hosting some really cool people into the center, and we're always looking for events that we can come together as our community and have some fun, really.
I'd like to say to anybody that has no concept of what the hell's going on in the universe and just plods along and thinks they're going to vote for this person or that person, just take the time and go over there and just walk in the door and see what's available. I mean, I can see where it could literally be life-changing for some people.
You know, we appreciate that feedback because you've been there.
Yeah.
And that is what we're really focusing on now, is to get more exposure into the media so that we can get people to the center so they can meet, you know, Jeff or myself or any of the practitioners, and they can decide right then and there, hey, I resonate with you, or I think you can help me. And then we have that one-on-one time. We're actually getting very organized. We have a study. We have a study next May.
I saw that.
Or starting in March, 2016, on self-healing is real. That's a huge study.
Yeah.
People, that's going to help those people who aren't aware of what they can do for themselves. Is that right? And so that's our main objective, is just to bring enlightenment and love and understanding into awareness.
And what I liked, you know, when walking in there, you know, you all of a sudden got this very calming effect as soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
And what I like about the study, and of course I know Josh does classes there, you have the room in the back to hang out. It's like a sanctuary. People can come there and be part of this inner peace sanctuary and really just kind of chill out, relax, get involved in themselves while taking advantage of the practitioners that are there. And I think it's a wonderful environment. It really is.
You know what song came to mind when I walked in the door?
What's that?
The Beach Boys, Good Vibrations.
Oh, there you go.
Sweet.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really want to come in and take advantage of all the different events there. Like she said, the drumming, the yoga. There's something there for everybody. And you just, you know, you want to come there. You have a passion for life, come around, and you're going to find something that you're really interested in and that, you know, you can put your whole heart into.
Absolutely.
You know what we're going to do with the with our station, our time, as far as our layout goes? We're going to theme each month. And then we're going to break down each week, and then we're going to just really bring to them the things that match that theme of the month.
Absolutely, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
absolutely, because you have so many avenues that you can go with topic wise.
Right.
And then, like you said, with the source of people available to you from guests' standpoint to come in and validate and really talk about your topic. I mean, you guys are going to have a wealth of information available for the listener to really sink their teeth into. People listen to radio primarily for two reasons. One is for entertainment, or two, to get educated. And if they pick at least one nugget up out of anything they listen to, it's well worth it. They don't get any of that on our show, of course, unless we have good guests. But seriously, so with the amount of information you're going to disseminate out there, there's no question that the audience is going to be able to learn something about themselves, learn something about the modalities that they're not familiar with.
Or at least pique their interest.
Oh, absolutely. Right. You know? Interest in order to want to investigate it further.
You know, yeah, that was...
And I'd also like to mention, too, we're just not locally based here. I mean, we have discounts at some of the hotels right around us. So if you want to come in from out of town and take classes and see what we have going on, please come in. You know, go to our website, LuminosityWellnessCenter.com, and you can find out the classes and events going on and come from anywhere.
And you have folks coming in internationally to the center you were sharing with us.
Yes.
So it really is a world-renowned center and location for people to come in and take advantage of. I want to share this real quick story before we got to let you go, because we're wrapping up. But at the health fair that we just did, that you guys just did down at Cashman, when Robin and I came across the table, Christine was working with a gal in a chair about getting the chakras back in balance. You know, there was 8 chakra locations, right? 7 from the eye all the way down. So after she was done with the gal, Christine turns to me and says, would you like to have your chakras in balance, see where you're at? So I said, sure, why not? I've never experienced it before. So
Was it a shocking experience?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Well, first of all, what's it called that you use?
Pendulum.
Pendulum.
Yes.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. So if correct me if I'm wrong, the pendulum didn't move, which means my chakras were closed.
Correct.
Okay. See, I was getting it.
Yeah.
So
good.
she goes to the spots, and this sucker is as still as a board. Okay. Now she starts at the top, does her thing in terms of getting me ready for her to open up my chakras. You ask if it was chakra. What did I say to you about what I felt?
Oh yeah, you could feel.
I felt energy down through my arms as she was going with the pendulum from my arms on down to my legs. And the pendulum thing was swinging like she was sitting there going like this with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the most amazing experience I'd ever had to feel the energy that I did that day and having my chakras open up. And for me, the most important one's the throat one because of what we do. You know, but it was really an interesting experience, and I encourage anybody to have that done to see what the experience is and where your energy and your body is. So I just wanted to share that story because it was a great experience for me to experience that.
I could write a book.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. All right, the show again debuts October 1st, Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. right here on Vegas All Net Radio, Luminosity Wellness Radio with Christine, Jeff, and Josh. They will be your tri-headed co-hosts with guests and information and all kinds of stuff to share with the public. We're so happy to have you as part of the network and part of our family, and we're looking forward to great success for the show for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, it's old-fashioned, but I looked up in the dictionary the word luminosity.
Yes.
And it's a bringing out of great light. And I believe that's exactly what you guys are going to be doing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And hopefully raise the
Cash.
vibrations of this station.
Yeah, especially the money tree. Keep shaking that money tree.
We're going to have somebody come in and do a cleanse after our show.
That's right.
We have some spray.
There you
for
go. Okay, great.
Don't
Come
worry,
in
we
with
got
the
you.
bowl and the smoke and
Some
everything.
lavender spray, right?
Sage.
Sage, okay.
Yes, you'll
There you
love
go.
it.
All right, when we come back on the other side, we're going to share some weird news, which helps remind people that we're not as bad off in our world as we think when you hear the rest of these stories. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Yes, I know.
Well, we're back to Vegas Unwrapped. They're straight. Well, just come on.
It's a windstorm.
Chill out, dude.
All right, remember to tune in
Oh, God. Not bad, huh?
Oh, my gosh.
Ricky has left the building.
Ricky has left the building.
Ready for that knee replacement, aren't you there, big guy?
Oh, man. All right.
Less painful than this.
Did my job here.
Yes, you are. You're doing very good, by the way. You're doing very well. All right, let's strum up the band.
I can do that for you.
Because we only have a few minutes left since we had an extended break there.
I happen to know he did his homework today, sir.
I know. I had to make sure he did when we came back from dinner. All right, Mr. Cash, take it away.
Turn his mic on.
Did he stop breathing?
Just keep that smart up,
He
JP.
fell asleep again.
DIY dentistry.
You know what DIY stands for?
No, I do not.
Do it yourself. As opposed to DIWS, which is doing it with styles.
DIY.
As opposed to
what was his line that Joey said to him earlier today?
Let me know when it's
Let me
my
know
time.
when I
your
can
turn
speak.
to talk,
Okay?
yeah.
Anyway, it seemed off limits until amateur orthodontia got a boost from a 2012 YouTube video in which Shalom DeSoto, now 17, praised rubber bands for teeth straightening. DeSoto's family lacked dental insurance at the time, so the would-be actress experimented by looping rubber bands around her 2 front teeth that she wanted to draw together. Many painful days later, she succeeded. The American Association of Orthodontists expressed alarm in August at the video's recent popularity. So much could go wrong: infection, gum tearing, detachment between tooth and gums, that DeSoto, the organization, said was just simply lucky.
Ooh.
Do you feel lucky
That's
today?
right. Punk. Under New World Order, British police warned in August of a brand new sex crime. Really? It's that time already? So we got Benny playing with Odd Couple.
Yeah,
I don't know how to take that.
Well, we can just go back this way.
Okay. British police warned in August of a brand new sex crime based on the iPhone app AirDrop. The app sends text or photos instantly to nearby AirDrop users who choose to receive from contacts or from everyone. Thus, perverts can flash strangers by posting nude pictures of themselves to reach AirDrop users set carelessly or purposely to everyone.
All right, now here comes some names in the news.
Names in the news.
And there's a whole bunch, so let me go for it.
Oh, boy.
Charged with choking and punching his fiancée, Mr. Daniel Gentleman, 28, Prescott, Arizona. Charged with killing her husband and burying his body in a manure pile on their farm, Miss Charlene Mess. Charged with sexual assault, Mr. Huckleberry Finn.
No.
And prominent in the news, confusingly so, when the Drug and Food Administration approved the so-called female Viagra, Drogadia.
Spit it out! Say it! Say it!
FDA spokesperson, Dr. Janet Woodcock. And so much for those.
Oh, my goodness.
That's great.
Least competent people. Selfies continue to take their devastating toll on Americans. On August 30th, in Orient, Maine, driver Jordan Toner, age 29, attempting to lean into a 7-person selfie among his passengers, crashed into a tree, causing numerous injuries. On August 24th, Alex Gomez, age 36, of Lake Elsinore, California, tried to take one after draping an angry 4-foot rattlesnake around his neck. The predictable bite was damaging but not fatal. And on September 1st in Houston, a 19-year-old man taking selfies while clumsily fondling his handgun is no longer with us. And that does it mercifully for this episode of Vegas Unwrapped. I want to thank all of our guests tonight. Joe Sutton, Traci Campbell from Beauty In, Beauty Out.
And a bodyguard.
And their bodyguard, Kevin.
Later.
Right, yep. Bodyguard Kevin. Want to thank Christine Essex, Jeff Renel, and Josh Carpenter from the Luminosity Wellness Center.
Which is a cool
Absolutely. Got to get out there and check it out. Smoke Ranch and Tenea. And, of course, Savannah, who called in to win the 2 tickets to go to the event Saturday night over at the Palazzo.
Thank God somebody was listening.
Somebody was listening. I'm glad we got somebody.
That wasn't related.
That wasn't related.
Or wasn't a plant.
No, it wasn't. That's very true.
Of course, when Savannah comes in and
we'll find out and say, hey, we know you.
I'm afraid of that.
I know. All right, next week we got an action-packed show. Don't forget to join us every Tuesday at 3 o'clock for Stars of VANR. Have a great week, everybody. Be kind to each other. Why is that?
We're all we got.
All we got.
Have a great week from Vegas Unwrapped.